afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Walt Price Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College and the second game of the NWAC Women's 2017 Final Four. Hello, everybody. Nathan Murphy along with Keith Neely as we get ready for this one. The first game of the day was outstanding, and we're hoping this one is going to be just as good.
You know, you put a couple of teams that have played each other and are used to playing at this level. Walla Walla has won it a couple of times. They won the championship back in 2001 and again in 2010, and three-time runner-up. Skagit Valley has been there 4 times. They were runner-ups in 2009 to Lane. So, yeah, they've been here, and they know how to win ball games. 2
more experienced coaches, and we'll talk about them after we get the starting lineups. Let's start with the Walla Walla Community College Warriors, coming in at 23-4, tied for first at 14-2 in the NWAC East with Spokane, who they would meet if they win today. Sierra Jo McKeon is the key to this team, starting at guard out of Touche, Washington. JC Jensen from Firth, Idaho, one of the other guards. She's a sophomore. The freshman Jace Skidmore, also from Idaho. She's from Tarleton. Emily Hancock, one of the forwards, a sophomore out of Pocatello. And Kate Ferenz from Walla Walla, playing for her hometown team, rounds it out. She'll be at the forward slot as well. Their head coach, Bobby Hazeltine, 18th season, 389 wins coming into this. An absolutely incredible record, perhaps only matched by counterpart over on Skagit Valley's side. Steve Epperson is the head coach, and Keith, this is his 40th season.
40th season. I went back to back in the statistics. They don't even keep statistics that far back.
He has 879 wins coming into this game. Their starting lineup from Blaine, Washington, Brianna Chow leads the attack. Deirdre Miller from Monroe. She's a sophomore. Mandy Hayes at a guard position. She's also from Blaine, teammates with Chow in high school. Emily Yost played at Mount Baker High School. She'll play at the forward slot as a sophomore. And Adia Jones-Smith in the middle. She played at Tulalip Heritage School in Marysville. The officials for this contest: Mark Eichert is your referee, Lee Mullen and Rusty Vineyard the umpires, and the alternate is Pat Zink, who just got finished working in the previous game. And talk a little bit, Keith, about that 63-58 Spokane victory.
Well, it came down to kind of a tale of two halves. As Umpqua, high-flying offense, they were able to just run the game pretty much as drawn up in the locker room, I assume, coming out and just moving up and down the court at will. And it really took a timeout midway through the second quarter for Spokane to kind of get settled, and it became a pace game. As soon as Spokane was able to slow the rhythm and slow the pace down, way down, Umpqua really didn't have an answer for the sluggishness, and they just ground out a 63-58 W.
That's a great phrase for it. Now, both of these teams, Keith, neither one of them scoring a huge number of points. Skagit Valley scores 65.5, only allows 52. Walla Walla comes in with 70.7 points a game. They allow a few more at 56, but not a huge difference in the expected pace for these teams.
One gal you've got to watch out for Walla Walla Warriors, and that's the gal from Touche that you mentioned, McEwen. She is one of those players that just has a high basketball IQ. 28.5 points and 5.5 rebounds here in the tournament as her average. She's 4th in the league with 19.8 points a game, and she can drop it from 3. She averages 33% from beyond the arc. She just seems to find the ball.
Mark Eichert throws the ball up, and we're underway. Hayes with it for Skagit Valley. Hands for Chow. Now in the far side corner, it's Jones-Smith. On the bounce. Moves it into the lane, now picks up her dribble up top for Hayes. Drives down the left lane line, kicks for Chow. Corner 3, rims out, and the rebound pulled down by Hancock. Quickly the other way come the Warriors. Moving ahead. Skidmore with the basketball, watched there by Miller. Up top for Green. Top of the lane, Hancock. It goes inside. Jensen's layup is no good, and the rebound picked up by Skagit Valley, and ahead come the Cardinals.
Good job in the half court by Walla Walla, spreading it out, being patient, run what the first play is that you drew up in the locker room. Don't try anything fancy, just try to stick the rock in the hole.
In the near side corner, Deirdre Miller with the basketball. Tries to drive into the lane, cut off there, turnaround jumper is no good, and the rebound still being contested, and we're going to have a held ball, and the arrow favors the Walla Walla Warriors. Just underway. Go ahead, Keith.
I was going to say, that great job of hustle by Skidmore, drawing it down between two bigger girls. And you watch Jade Skidmore, watching her in the last couple of games. She averages 12.1 points and only 5'7", only a freshman, but is able to get almost double-digit rebounds throughout the regular season.
Played at West Jefferson High School in Idaho. As that one's taken away, credit the steal to Mandy Hayes. And Chow brings it into the front court for Skagit Valley. Joan Smith on the near side wing, thinks about the three, and then goes back up top for Hayes. Now it's in the far side corner. Brianna Chow on the bounce. Up top for Joan Smith. Near side corner now, Miller. Deidre Miller dribbling to her right. It ends up back in the corner, and Joan Smith traveled.
Shot clock winding down to 7, and against the zone, you're going to have to find the open girl by swinging the ball around the arc, and Skagit Valley just seemed to favor this left-hand side and really didn't make the zone work at all.
No score, 100 seconds into this one. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. As at the other end, throwing it up was Ferenz. She can't get the roll, and the rebound's pulled down by Chow. Across the timeline and into the front court for the Cardinals. Hesitation dribble, now Smith. And on the far side, Deidre Miller cuts into the lane and throws it up off the window for the first points of the basketball game.
I like how active Deidre Miller is. She's able to run the court. She's got a good, long, lean basketball body. And just very active in the key.
Ferenz turnaround jumper from 12 feet is good, and they level the game at 2. Brianna Chow back the other way. Almost too hard to handle for Joan Smith, but she picks it up, spins into the lane, throws it up off the window and good. 4-2 Skagit Valley.
Probably not the high percentage shot you're looking for every time down the court, but why not?
At the other end, Sierra Jo McKeon stepping down the lane line, flings it up with that right hand, also off the glass. And it's 4-4, so 100 seconds of no scoring and 8 points in the last minute now. As with the basketball on the wing is Miller. Deidre Miller takes one dribble to her left. Chow back up top for Hayes. Cut off there. Now Joan Smith in the near side corner. Long two on the way. Rims out. And the rebound is controlled by Skidmore. She'll bring it ahead into the front court for the Warriors. Hesitation to her left. Now in the corner, taking a couple dribbles inside and a kicked ball called. It will belong to the Warriors on their offensive end line.
Warriors able to get pretty deep in this man-to-man pressure. You look at the other end when the Warriors are on defense against the zone, they're able to keep the Cardinal well beyond the arc.
Skidmore inside. This is Ferenz, rather. Turnaround layup missed by Tui, but the putback is good for Hancock.
And right now the help defense for Skagit Valley is just not coming.
The rotations might need to be a little stronger. Now they have the basketball. It's Yost in the far side corner. Hayes on the top. Now Joan Smith will think about the dribble drive. Kicks it back out for Hayes, who's also cut off there. Good active defense by Walla Walla so far. The help's coming over. 6 on the timer. Three-pointer from Yost. Back iron, no good. And a foul is called. I think that's going to go on Adia Joan Smith, and it does.
That's why blocking out is so important. Kate Ferenz able to get their body there, put a hip on somebody, didn't wait for the ball to come to her, found the girl first, the defender, and that's why she's got the possession right now for her team.
First foul on Joan Smith, first team foul on the Cardinals. 6-4 Walla Walla, just about the 6-minute mark of the first period. 15-foot jump shot on the way by Ferenz is good.
And you see the defense shift. It started out man-to-man for the Cardinals. They went to the 3-2 zone, found a hole at the elbow, and right now you don't have an answer on defense.
Skagit Valley getting doubled up by Walla Walla here in the early going. Far side corner, Emily Yost with the basketball. Top of the circle, Chow swings to the near side for Hayes. Dribbles to her left, well defended, throws it up off the window, no good, and the rebound falls, and it'll be pushed ahead by Hancock. And it's stolen away in the backcourt by Chow, who's going to push the other way. Brianna Chow slows it down, didn't have the numbers. And top of the circle, Deidre Miller. Left-hand dribble, pivots into the lane and scores from 12 feet.
She's a scorer. She can have the green light most of the night. And you've got to give it to her. Deidre Miller, 7.5 points, but she's just hungry. The sophomore doesn't want the game to end here tonight. She wants to play tomorrow.
Absolutely. Both teams certainly don't want the story to end in this game. Hancock, 15-foot baseline jumper is no good. Chow got a hand on the rebound, and it eventually fell to Yost.
Defensive battle is turning into an offensive battle so far. That's not the billing that this game had coming in.
Miller at the free throw line, had it knocked away, picked up by McKeon. She'll move it ahead. on the near side. McKeon pivoting jump shot, no good off the rim. And the rebound was pulled away by Skidmore. Nice job. And Skagit Valley will move it ahead. This is Brianna Chow, Blaine High School graduate. Top of the circle, Mandy Hayes. They get it inside to Joan Smith. Turnaround 5-footer is good. Fourth point of the game for her.
And I think you've got to get Joan Smith more involved, especially against the zone. If you're able to get inside and collapse the defense in the zone, you're going to find the kickouts. If she's not going to get the shot, she's going to get the kick.
Loose ball is picked up there by Deidre Miller. A turnover. Skagit Valley pushes it ahead. Joan Smith driving into the lane, pivots and has it blocked there by Hancock. Back the other way comes Skidmore for the Warriors. Pulls up, hesitation, gets around, and a foul is going to be called. Miller is the guilty party, and that's going to take us to the first media timeout. Free throws on the other side of the break. And an 8-8 tie here in the first quarter. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
Every guardsman knows the call. It has many meanings, but when it's spoken, the message is clear. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Welcome back to Everett Community College. You're looking at an aerial picture there of the Walt Price Fitness Center, of course taken on a day when it's not the typical March Seattle sunshine outside, but a beautiful facility, Keith Neely, up here in North Everett.
Yeah, not the same SOG that you and I walked into the gymnasium with.
Yeah. JC Jensen at the free throw line for the first of a pair, and she misses that one. Tied at 8, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first period of semifinal number 2, the first ever Final Four weekend for the NWAC.
Cheyenne James coming in for Walla Walla.
Jensen's second free throw is good, and she'll depart, replaced by Courtney Hutchinson out of Burley, Idaho. Good Idaho recruiting connections for this Walla Walla side.
Not that far away.
No, it's not. Into the front court, Lancaster into the game. And now in the far corner, Emily Yost. Back up top for Hayes. Dribbles to her left, cut off by Skidmore. Now it's in the corner for Joan Smith. Skagit Valley looking to rotate. Block entry for Yost. Turnaround jumper is good from 18 feet.
That's a tough shot. Guarded well, big outside where normal shooting spots. Falling away off balance, but that just, you can tell the flick of the wrist, the arc she had on it. It had a really good chance.
Meanwhile, on the other end, long three is no good for Hutchinson. Rebound is put back off the glass, no good, still being contested, and that one's blocked. And it falls out of bounds. It'll be Skagit Valley basketball. Good play on that end by Hayes.
Hayes is just a good big body. Easy to see why she's in there in the scrum.
Only scores a handful of points a game in the tournament. 2 points in the first round, 4 points in the second, but averaging close to 10 for the season. And she has the basketball. Post entry for Yost. Turnaround 6-footer is no good. Rebound controlled by Hutchison. Ahead come the Warriors in transition, moving at a good pace. Now they'll slow it down. McEwen dribbles to her left. In the corner for Skidmore. Baseline drive, kicks on the near side for Ferenz. Spinning into the lane, lost the handle, and it's picked up by Ludwig. Arlington graduate gets the steal, and ahead comes Skagit Valley. Lancaster, corner for Joan Smith. Thought about the three, instead it goes in for Ludwig. 5-footer off the glass, no good, but the rebound taken down by her teammate Hayes.
Frantic pace so far for the Cardinals on offense. It seems like they're lighting their hair on fire as they push the ball on that right-hand side. It's about the slowest it's been here around the arc here in the last 2 minutes.
Hayes from three, no good, strong off the glass, but an offensive rebound for Ludwig, and she puts it up and in.
And maybe the frantic pace is paying dividends because Walla Walla is so completely out of position on that rebound, or many rebounds. I think the Cardinals had, 3 offensive rebounds in that possession?
Yeah, Steve Epperson prides himself and his teams on fitness and execution, and you can see that on display here as the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Joan Smith. It'll stay with Walla Walla and a new shot clock. Markel Green checks into the lineup for Walla Walla. And Emily Pillman into the lineup from Kamiak High School right here in the Everett area, Mukilteo. Into the lineup for Skagit Valley. For Walla Walla, on the far side, it was Green. Now she has it again. Has a man inside, James. Cheyenne James up off the window. From Mackey High School in Idaho. And now Lancaster with the basketball. Yost in the far corner. Near side, it's Pillman just into the game. Top of the circle's Ludwig. Post entry attempted. It's knocked away, stolen by James, and back the other way comes Walla Walla. Too far under for the layup. They'll kick it outside. 3 from Ferenz on the way is no good. Offensive rebound up and off the glass, also no good. And a foul.
Frustration.
So Green misses the shot, picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, and bunnies, when you're under there with 2, 3, 4 feet, and you've got nobody around you, you start thinking a little bit too much. And we can tell the frustration came out there on the foul.
Just the first one on Walla Walla for the team on the quarter. As we're under a minute to go, about 15 seconds difference between the shot clock and the quarter. And a traveling violation. Pillman thought about the 3. Instead, she dragged her pivot on the dribble.
Walla Walla's doing a good job at mixing up their defenses. They on zone defense about half the time, and in that case, they were switched back to man-to-man. And you get the ball on the wing there, and if you're expecting the zone to shift, and it doesn't because you've still got a gal that's hounding you, your vision changes a bit.
Shot clock is off now. Bobby Hazeltine says, let's hold for the last shot. Jade Skidmore with the dribble. Tries to cut into the lane, is cut off there. Back to the top, Ferenz. Dribbling to her left, puts it up from 15 feet and misses everything, but collecting it and scoring at the buzzer is Markel Green, and that will give Walla Walla the lead at the break. That's the end of the first quarter here in Everett. Walla Walla 13 and Skagit Valley 12. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I need to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath.
Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
Welcome back to Everett. We take a look at the Walla Walla bench. Bobby Hazeltine's team has been here before. They were in the semifinals back in 2012. They won the whole thing in 2010, and they've got a 1-point lead looking to get back to that championship game. Nathan Murphy, Keith Neely, thanks for joining us on a Saturday afternoon from Everett, Washington. As Skagit Valley starts the quarter with the basketball, but they turn it over. No, they don't. It's going to belong to the Cardinals with 16 to shoot, as with her foot on the line was Ferenz.
Cheyenne James doing such an outstanding job in man-to-man pressure on that post. They're trying to get the ball down low, and she is doing a little bump and run, not allowing a cutter to get through the key. And then when the ball does come in, rooting out the offensive player.
Skagit Valley ball, under 10 on the timer, top of the circle. Lancaster now a corner three from Pillman. Misses everything. Shot clock was still running. Now the rebound controlled. And the other way comes Walla Walla. Green with the ball. Into the corner on the near side, Skidmore. And top of the circles. Ferenz, Skidmore. Drives into the lane, 12-foot jump shot is good.
And that is where Skidmore is good. 21 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, 4 assists a contest in the regular season. And she is just really good with runners in around 7 feet.
Skagit Valley trying to find that entry pass for Yost. It hasn't been there. Bryan with the ball. Dribbling to her right. Kicks it outside for Lancaster. Behind the circle, a three on the way from Ludwig, no good. And it's going to belong to Skagit Valley. Nice effort from Pillman there to save it off of the legs of Skidmore and out of bounds. New timer for Skagit.
And I'm not sure if Steve Epperson is really wanting to score that quick into a possession, but the last 3 times they have tried to shoot threes from beyond the arc, only about 5 seconds into a possession, instead of trying to work it down into the low post. Well, they've had some success.
Cardinals only 28% from three on the season. Not a real strength of this particular team, though it is something Epperson's teams have done well in general. Rebound, now that one falls to Yost, and she scores. She'll go to the free throw line for one more.
And that's why you want to get it down low, the high percentage shots falling, and you got some good help defense that put an effort to stop the ball, but Yost, you got to feed her the rock. Got to get it down low over the easy ones.
First foul on Hancock and the first on the Warriors in the period. And the free throw coming for Yost, and she's got it. And she leads all scorers with she leads her team with 5.
Pretty easy, clean game so far. Not a lot of fouling, a lot of running.
A lot of
quick
running.
Pace.
Three-point attempt from Green is good. Markel Green for 3. Back the other way, Skagit Valley trails Walla Walla by those 3 points. Bryan, free throw line. Gets it inside for Yost. Now a handoff for Pillman under the basket. Can't keep the handle. And Walla Walla will push back the other way. Moving to our right, Skidmore. Ferenz. Skidmore on the dribble. Now Green's going to try. Now she dumps it inside. I thought she was going to shoot that. And now Skidmore lays it up off the glass. It kind of fell to her with space in front.
And I'd like to see Skagit Valley go right to the post here in this half-court offense. I think they've got an advantage with 2 bodies down there that can score. They've gotten easy looks down there many, many times, and then it just seems to fall short off the rim. Of course, slap me in the face.
You say that, and Michaela Lancaster cuts it to a 2-point lead with her first points of the game. That was a 3-pointer. McEwen, top of the circle, Skidmore. 3-pointers no good off the heel and rebounded by Lancaster.
McEwen, very, very quiet, averaging 30 points in this 2017 playoffs. But she doesn't have to score. She's one of those players that can have 10 assists, 12 assists a game.
Her Warriors lead it by 2 here. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ludwig on the dribble, spins toward the block, lost it, and held ball was called. She came off, was forced back down before she could release it. So on the tie-up, the arrow will favor the Walla Walla Warriors. Mass substitutions now, line change for Skagit Valley.
Absolutely line change. Over the boards they go.
And the starters come back in. Chow, Miller, Jones-Smith back into the game.
And I think you saw the fast break, the pace diminish without the starters in. And when you're running line changes like this, you're going to have to keep some fresh legs in.
Layup was blocked from behind by Miller, and a whistle and a foul. And it seems as though Hancock will go to the free throw line. Foul looks like it's going to be on Jones-Smith. And that's 2 on her, yeah.
And now you're going to have to be a little careful as Jones-Smith has been able to make hay down on that low right-hand block. You got to have her in the ballgame.
No free throws, non-shooting foul. Green's going to try the 3, no good, short off the rim. Corralled by Hayes. Brianna Chow brings it into the front court for the Cardinals.
Cardinals doing better part of the quarter without their starters in.
They did go a good 3.5 minutes here. We play 6:20 to go in the second period. Miller turning around at the free throw line, tries to force it in against Ferenz, but gets her own rebound and puts it in. Deidre Miller has 6.
she wants the ball. She wants to score. Anytime she touches it, the first look's going to be at the rim and where the defender is. And that's not the same thing as the low post player where they're working so hard with their back to the basket. Miller, you can tell she's a scorer. Give her the rock.
Knocked out of bounds off the hand of Hayes, and it will belong to Walla Walla. Substitutions checking back in for the Warriors.
So much of a difference between a scorer and a finisher at this level. And you like to have both. A lot of times you don't get it at the NWAC level, but Miller able to finish very, very well.
First appearances for Teresa Aycock and Mackenzie Reddish off the bench for Walla Walla. Reddish tries the three. It falls well short with the shot clock expiring. Hancock collects that rebound and puts it off the window. Walla Walla leads by a pair, 22-20. We approach the 5-minute mark of period number 2.
What a great ball game. This is what you want Final Fours to be.
Absolutely. Skagit Valley in the half court. Joan Smith on the far side corner. Between the circles, Hayes drives toward the lane. Chow on the wing. Now back up top for Miller. Game high 6, and now she's got 8 as she puts that one up from 10 feet.
Same spot. She knows where she can score and where she can finish, and she puts herself in a position. Great body control. She drops that left hand arm down. That was almost a one-handed shot. Does not have the guide hand that most jump shooters do, but she's able to hit in the lane.
Markel Green with her second three-pointer of the contest, and Walla Walla's lead is 3 points, 25-22. Under that 5-minute mark now here in quarter number 2. Dribbling to her left is Hayes, spins into the lane, has it partially blocked. I think Hancock had a hand on that, and the rebound is pushed ahead by Walla Walla.
Tough to take it into a double team. You're not going to get a call most times.
Hancock spins and scores. She has 4. And a timeout, Skagit Valley. They trail it by 5 with 4:24 left in the period. And there's a timeout on the floor. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I need to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath.
Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
Are you looking for a challenge? Push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields, and you could even earn money for college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to GoArmy.com. Nathan Murphy and Keith Neely from the Walt Price Fitness Center at Everett Community College. And a good one brewing here. Walla Walla has opened up a little bit of a lead, 5 points, as we play halfway through the second quarter.
Both these teams haven't really settled into anything that seems to be specifically working. They're just testing the waters. You spread the scoring around to a lot of different scores on both teams. The leading scorers, the players that you think would be the ones that come away with the most points aren't. So it's been a little more interesting that when you look at this game on paper, really nothing established quite yet.
Mandy Hayes guilty of the traveling violation. Walla Walla gets the basketball back, 4.5 to play here in the period. Top of the circle, Aycock. Now gives for McEwen. Dribbles to her left. In the corner, diving into the lane is Reddish. Now a corner three from Green, misses everything, but the rebound is put up and in. This is Teresa Aycock. She's got her first points. And you know, you lose it a little bit. You think it's close, and all of a sudden, Walla Walla opens up a 7-point advantage.
8 different Warriors have scored in early going, and that just shows you how the second, third, fourth player off the bench matter to this Walla Walla team.
Yost driving into the lane, looking for some space, pivots and puts it up off the window.
That's a beautiful move. That's a tough one. Able to draw a body that probably could have been called at top before the ball got into the key. And just great body control.
Yost has 7, and it's a 5-point game. Green with the ball. Top of the circle for Aycock. McEwen dribbling to her left with 6 on the timer. It goes inside, and it's tipped out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Walla Walla, but only 3 of the 30 remaining to shoot. Reddish is going to have a seat. Skidmore back into the lineup for the Warriors.
Going to have to get a good screen and a good shot right off the first touch, and there it is.
Comes up to Skidmore. They dump it inside for Green. Nice outside in, and Green's got 8 points.
Bobs and slobs, baseline out of bounds play, sideline out of bounds play. It really does make a difference. You practice them an awful lot, and in situations like that, you go to the one you know is going to work. Only 3 on the shot clock. That was a bang-bang play out of bounds.
Great pass from Skidmore. Skagit Valley. This is Miller, top of the circle. Dribbles toward the free throw line, tries to pivot into the lane. An awkward 12-foot jump shot, no good, and rebounded by Green.
Again, with one hand, she flicks that up with a one-handed right. And that's tough when you've got a girl in your face to have enough strength to push it through a hand and a wrist.
Skidmore kicks for Green, who will try the 3. No good, short off the iron. And handled by Yost. Pushing it ahead is Chow. Kicks for Bryan on the wing. One dribble from Yost. She's going to take the jump shot. That's a long 2-pointer, but she'll count it. 9 points to lead all scorers.
Looked like she was much more comfortable with the timing bounce rather than just the spot-up 3. Sometimes you play with what you know, and if it takes a timing bounce, why not?
Walla Walla by 5, 1:36 left in the second period. McEwen, it goes inside for Hancock. First attempt no good, second one's good off the window. She's got 6. Brianna Chow swings for Yost, who just scored. Now it comes back top of the circle for Miller. Miller's got 8 points. Thinks about a drive, cut off. Now Mandy Bryan will drive, puts it hard off the window, catches iron, but won't go. Coming up on a minute to go now, ahead comes Skidmore. Dives into the lane and gives for Green, who can't handle it, but it comes back outside. On the wing for Aycock. McEwen, watched there by Yost. 12 on the timer, gives it to Skidmore. Dribbles to her left, cut off there by Chow at the free throw line, but 15-foot jump shot is good. 6 points for Skidmore as we're under 40 seconds now.
The underused pump fake is Skidmore able to pump just enough to get Chow to blow by, and then the window opened up.
About a 12-second difference between the shot clock and the half right now. Bryan dribbles, watched by Skidmore. Near side corner, Chow. Just inside the arc, gives it back. Bryan will dive in with 3 on the timer, can't get the shot to go, and 15 seconds left for Walla Walla. Skidmore will bring it across into the front court. 7 seconds and 6 now, poked away, got it back. Aycock looking for somewhere to go, baseline drive, 12-foot floater, no good, and time will run out here in the first half, but the Walla Walla Warriors put together a nice little stretch there, and they will take it into the half with a 9-point lead by 35-26. We will step aside. We'll come back with halftime stats and analysis. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
Are you interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Present! Oh!
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
The commercial pilot program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the commercial pilot program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum, and they will attend aviation ground school courses that are taught here on campus by the same instructors they fly with. The program operates 23 aircraft, mostly single-engine trainers. We also have multi-engine aircraft, as well as a float plane and a tailwheel aircraft. Moses Lake offers great weather for aviation and for training, with 5 runways at the airport, 13 approaches, a tower, and radar control. Our students also have the opportunity to operate in airspace that includes Boeing jets, the military, and lots of other flight training and testing activities.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Let's see, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
You're watching STSPN!
Olympic College is a great place to hit the field and the books, earn your associate degree, and then transfer to a university or slide into home and earn your
Are you interested in learning about a
bachelor's
career
degree
in
without
criminal
leaving
justice?
Kitsap
Big
County.
Bend Community
Learn more at
College has 2 degree options.
olympicccollege.info.
One will prepare you for transfer to a university.
/athletics. Sorry about that. Welcome back to Everett. Nathan Murphy, Keith Neely alongside for this one. And, you know, Walla Walla just quietly opened up almost a double-digit lead at the end of that second period.
Yeah, in the break, we were trying to both huddle around the stat sheet to really find out why that Walla Walla was able to do what they did. There's no one person you can say, well, Sierra Jo McEwen has dropped in 30 points and she's the reason. Or you've got a Maddie Bryan on the other side who's used to putting up 10 points who has, she doesn't have any. So there's a lot of weird things that we're not used to in watching these two teams play. But there are some things that stand out. Walla Walla definitely the better of the two from the field in shooting, with 52% from the field to the 40% of the Cardinals. And they've had one more possession, so you shoot better and have more attempts. Things are usually going to go your way, and you tag on a 7-point rebound advantage to that. It's 12-7 from the offensive end, so a little better from the offensive rebounding, second chance points. And I think that's why you see the lead as it is.
Markel Green, after having a really quiet first period, she leads all scorers with 12. She also has 5 rebounds. That's tied for the game lead with her teammate Skidmore. For Skagit Valley, I mean, we're looking down the sheet here at the points column. Miller has 8 and Yost has 9. Nobody in double digits for either, or for Skagit Valley rather, and the only double-digit score for Walla Walla, as I said, is Green. So it's no one person who's, they've really pushed it ahead, or Walla Walla has just not missed as many shots, and they lead by 9.
Well, and Skagit Valley is so used at running a track meet. They want to get out. They want to be super fast, super quick, out on the break, disruptive on defense. And Walla Walla has done an outstanding job in transition, even if there is a steal, have dropped back in transition defense so well that Skagit Valley hasn't been able to bust out long runs.
You're right, the pace isn't what they want. The scoring is very low, even lower than what we talked about as far as what teams expect. Skagit Valley on the year, they're scoring 65, 66 points a game. They've only got 26 at the half. That's not a comfortable position for them.
No, and I think you can't really go away with what you're used to. What got you here? Shoot, you're in the Final Four of the championship. You're playing on the weekend that matters. You don't want to drift too far away from what you're used to, but you're going to have to find ways to score points, and it may not be in the conventional manner.
Steve Epperson is about to enter his 5th decade as the head coach at Skagit Valley College. It is. Deb Castle's been with him for over 20 years. They will have made the adjustments. And we apologize for the video, but we're getting ready to start the second period here. We're 45 seconds left until we get underway. And Skagit Valley looking to climb back into this one. They trail it by 35-26. Fans, PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. The PSG team of highly skilled employee benefits consultants is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your business and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match PSG's unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington, we're not satisfied until you're satisfied. And it will be Skagit Valley basketball to start period number 2.
Same starters on the floor for both teams.
Mandy Hayes will trigger this one, and we're just about set to go. An inbounds pass comes to Chow, and Skagit Valley looks to start their 20-minute quest to climb back into this one. Driving into the lane and putting it up is Miller. No good off the rim, and the rebound controlled by Hancock. And she throws it away.
And that's where you have to be disruptive. Again, can't go away from what has worked so far, and being disruptive on defense, maybe even employing a full-court press early on to try to wear down this Walla Walla team might be in the employ of the Cardinals.
Hayes' 15-footer misses everything, and the rebound's taken down by Chow, but she stepped out of bounds. So possession goes back to the Walla Walla Warriors.
And there you see the full court pressure.
There you go, just like you were saying.
And I think you do have to try something that maybe you haven't so far if you're the Cardinals, to try to get a steal, to try to get an easy basket, to try to get a rhythm, to try to get back into the track meet that you're used to.
Well, you use that great word, disrupt. They need to change something about this game, and that's 2 turnovers and 2 possessions as it's stolen away by Yost. Ahead come the Cardinals. Chow will turn it back out. Miller in the far side corner. Top of the circles, Hayes. Brianna Chow watched by Jensen. Miller on the bounce, cuts into the lane, has her shot partially blocked, and the rebound controlled by Hancock.
She had 8 easy looks at 5 and 7 feet early in the ball game, and I think she's anticipating she's going to get those again, but the defense has really clamped down, and the second girl is coming over for Walla Walla to stop Miller from that easy drive.
Jade Skidmore slashes into the lane, and she'll go to the free throw line. The foul is on Hayes. That's her first, and the first in the third quarter.
Quick pace, not a lot of fouling going on, relatively clean.
Skidmore's first free throw is good. J.C. Jensen is replaced by Hutchinson, who did not score in the first period. In the first half, rather. Second free throw is no good, but the offensive rebound for Hancock. Walla Walla's lead is 10. Just underway here in the third quarter. Nathan Murphy, Keith Neely, we're glad you're with us. Late on a Saturday afternoon, the most exciting weekend in the basketball calendar. And we're glad you're spending part of it with us. Picking up her dribble. Ferenz looking for somewhere to go. Diving into the lane with Skidmore. Had her shot blocked, and it's picked up by Chow. Skagit Valley pushes it ahead. Almost losing it was Joan Smith. Now she drives toward the block. Gives it off for Miller, whose jump shot is no good. Rebound is going to belong to Skagit Valley, out of bounds.
I said it the last time. That's Skagit Valley out on a break. That was a quick outlet and a very fast pass up court. And it turned into a 2-on-3 break because Walla Walla is so adept at getting back in transition.
You're absolutely right, and they knocked the ball away from Smith and made it a 2-on-4 instead. Now, elbow jump shot, no good. Yost misses that jump shot, and the rebound pushed ahead by the Warriors. Skidmore dives into the block and puts it up off the window. She's got 9.
And that is exactly who you're going to have to get going. 12 points a game in the playoffs. 12 points a game is her average. And she's one of those players that can score, brings the ball up well, is protective of the basketball, and here she comes across the timeline again.
Skidmore out into the corner. McEwen for 3. She's only got 5, but it's a, can you believe this? It's a 15-point Walla Walla lead.
And that McEwen bucket right there was all Jade Skidmore. Skidmore made that play happen.
And Skagit Valley wants to talk about, we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:28 left in the third period, and Walla Walla leads Skagit Valley by 15. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all 4 corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history.
Soldiers in the Guard's intelligence field gather information on the enemy using a variety of tactics. Scanning foreign communications, conducting interrogations, and debriefing friendly contacts, all while delivering and coordinating data to help allies on the battlefield or stop civil emergencies. The enemy can't hide from Guard intelligence.
Welcome back to Everett Community College, and it's Everett Trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? We have fun with sports, live music, and more you'll never want to leave. Register for spring classes at everettcc.edu. Skagit Valley with the basketball after their timeout. They trail by 15 here, about a quarter of the way through the third period, and they just need to find some offense.
They do, and they've got to start with taking some good shots. Miller is able to get into the key, but the last 2 or 3 drives in, she's had opportunities to draw double teams and kick, as you see her get a rebound there. But when you're just one-minded, and that's to score the ball, you lose track of your teammates, and they may have the better shot.
Yost gets a screen from Miller, and she takes a 12-foot jump shot, and that's no good, too strong. Rebound to Walla Walla. To our left come the Warriors. Biggest lead of the game right now, 15. Ferenz with the basketball. Goes inside for James, and Cheyenne James extends it.
And that's the way to bust a zone. You can't let that post come up and find the seam in the zone, and Walla Walla was able to exploit it.
Emily Yost gives it Joan Smith, a 3-pointer from the top, no good. Rebound taken down and back the other way. James had the rebound, now it's Hancock.
Cardinals can't buy a bucket.
Hutchison Near side corner for Ferenz. Picks up her dribble. Double team there and a whistle. I think the foul's going to go on Brianna Chow. No, they're going to put it on Joan Smith, and that's her third.
The Cardinals,
second on the team. Sorry.
Cardinals just need to take a deep breath, or a mass substitution will do it too, as he got 4 substitutions for Skagit Valley. I'll let you rattle them off.
Brian comes back into the game. Ludwig, Pillman, and I don't know who the fourth is. Joan Smith is the one who stays on the floor with the 3 fouls. And the ball's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Walla Walla. 29 on the timer.
You got to weather the storm. You just know that you're going to score eventually. You just have to sit in defense, get a stop, go back on the other end, get that first bucket, and build on it.
For Walla Walla, this is Ferenz in the far side wing. Gives it for Hutchison. Top of the circle, Skidmore on the bounce. Ferenz looking for somewhere to go. Picks up her dribble, almost throws it out of bounds. Hutchison found it.
9 on the shot clock.
Shot clock winding down. Skidmore between the circles. Gets a screen. And it's going to be Ferenz to take the 3-pointer, and it's good. Kate Ferenz, and it's a 20-point Walla Walla lead.
What patience by the Walla Walla offense. We mentioned it's 7 seconds on the shot clock. They made 4 passes, including the extra pass, that got the shot open.
And you got to think time is running out for Skagit Valley to try and find something, and that's a start. Going to the free throw line will be Joan Smith. She drove into the lane, and the foul is going to go. Who is it? It's on Cheyenne James, her first. So free throw opportunities. They haven't been able to score any other way so far in the third period.
Yeah, you hate to rely on Charity. It's a lot more fun if you drop them from long range and pick up the 2s and 3s at a clip. But right now, if you're the Cardinals, any way you can get a bucket, especially with the shot or the clock stopped, you put a couple in here, and you do.
And those were huge. They are literally the first points of the second half for the Skagit Valley Cardinals, and they needed them badly.
Still without a field goal.
Points number 5 and 6 for Joan Smith. Skidmore for Walla Walla, watched by Bryan, dribbling to her right. Now gives for Hutchison between the circles. Defended by Lancaster. 3-pointer on the way. McEwen, and it's good.
That's just filthy. That's just naughty right now.
Sierra Jo McEwen has 2 3-pointers in the second half, and they extend the lead to 21.
Oh, back-to-back shots.
Other end no good is Pillman from 3, and the rebound taken down, bringing it ahead is Skidmore.
The last thing you need to do is allow Sierra Jo McEwen to come uncorked. You're already down. You're going to have to know where she's at. Find her on the court.
20-point-a-game scorer. She only had 2 in the first half, and the foul was on Bryan for Skagit Valley. That's her first, and the third on the Cardinals here in the third quarter. And we have a timeout on the floor. 4:27 left here in the third period. It is Walla Walla 49 and Skagit Valley 28. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
Fans, the Swinomish Casino and Lodge includes 98 luxury rooms overlooking Padilla Bay and the San Juan Islands. Dine at 13 Moons Restaurant, which features hand-cut alderwood grilled seafoods, meats, and the freshest flavors of the Northwest. Play over 800 of the latest slots, titles, and table games, including blackjack, craps, roulette, and pie gal. For more information on events and promotions, visit SwinomishCasinoandLodge.com. Nathan Murphy and Keith Neely from the Walt Price Center here at Everett Community College, and Walla Walla has just stormed out to a lead here. They led by 9 at the break. It's 21 now. Ahead the other way for Skagit Valley, and they're going to throw it out of bounds just a little bit too far, out of the reach of Jessica Ludwig.
Well, and you're pressing a bit. If you're Skagit Valley, you have to score. And every possession is so meaningful, and they really are pressing. They're trying to push the ball so fast, and it's gotten to be out of control.
No, they don't have a lot of choice at this point, trailing as they do by a score of 49-28. Walla Walla with the basketball, moving from our right to left. McEwen had it, gave it to Skidmore on the dribble.
There's pressing and there's panic.
Yeah.
And I think that you might be getting the latter a bit for Skagit Valley already.
Skidmore's jump shot misses everything, but the rebound's picked up and scored by James. Cheyenne James has 6 points. Largest lead of the game now at 23. Falling down on the other end was Bryan, but she was fouled. I think McEwen will be the guilty party, and that is the case, her first. Line change. Skagit Valley sends the starters back in.
Well, when you run and you're a run and gun type of team and you don't have a lot of bigs that you can pound it into, you rely on a lot of energy, a lot of vim and vigor off the bench.
Well, and Steve Epperson has had the kind of recruiting to allow him to do that. He's had teams where he could play 2 full starting lineups and be successful.
What a luxury at this level, absolutely, when everybody can get in and get quality minutes and be meaningful minutes.
And in a sport where, at a level rather, where the players are only there for 2 years at a time, it's the coaches that provide that kind of consistency and continuity in a program. And you look at a guy like Steve Epperson, who's been there, as we said, literally for 40 years. For Walla Walla, dumped into the paint, turnaround for James. She can't get it, but she gets her own rebound and kips it out for Skidmore. Top of the circle, 3-point attempt for McEwen is good. She's got 3 triples in the quarter.
And she starts heating up, and has. This is going to be
tough. The other end for 3. Sorry to jump on you, but Mandy Hayes, the first bucket of the first field goal of the half for Skagit Valley. Finally up to 31 points, but the lead is still 23. Loose ball, foul is going to be called. I think it's on Emily Yost.
7 minutes gone by in the third quarter before you're able to get a field goal. And that's tough business. That's a lot of uphill digging.
Well, that's the difference. It was a 9-point halftime lead for the Walla Walla Warriors. And the score right now, 54-31. That's a 23-point advantage. And the Warriors have the basketball under their own bucket.
And you got to just tell your team you got 12 minutes to get this thing done.
Inbounds pass came to James, and she was fouled from behind. She'll go to the free throw line. Brianna Chowell commits her first foul, and it's the 4th on Skagit Valley. James, a 59% free throw shooter on the year out of Mackay, Idaho. First one's no good. She's got 6 in the game.
In Skagit Valley, just look at the body language. Even the starters who have just come off the bench just don't have that upbeat, high shoulders, energy level that they had when they started the game. You can tell that they're a little browbeat right now.
Well, it's been a tough 8 minutes here in the third quarter. 3-point attempt from the top of the circle, no good for Chow. And out of bounds it goes. Team rebound belongs to Walla Walla. 2.5 left in quarter number 3. Nathan Murphy, Todd Elvig, the producer engineer, Keith Neely, the color guy. Lots of folks on the cameras and helping around the gym. Thanks to everybody for making these broadcasts possible, particularly to our sponsors. Call out for GS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, sponsoring the crawl you see at the bottom of your screen. Todd Elvig of STSPN.com really bringing these broadcasts along here for the NWAC Championships. We appreciate all of his hard work, and it's fun to spend part of a Saturday afternoon in March with you talking about basketball. It always matters come this time of year.
You bet. Tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 p.m. is when it really matters. That's when we hoist a championship trophy.
Teresa Acock turns the corner, dives into the lane, and she'll go to the free throw line. She's got a couple of points on a bucket in the first quarter. The foul goes on Lancaster. That's her first. And the penalty for Walla Walla the rest of the way as it's the 5th team foul in the third quarter. Acock's first free throw is on the way and good, and we'll take a second to remind you that Olympic College is the place to pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous academic programs, there's something for everyone at Olympic College. Learn more at olympiccollege.info/athletics. Both free throws good for Aycock, and the lead pushes out now to 26 as we approach the 2-minute mark in the third period.
Walla Walla Warriors brought not just the women but the men to the Final Four.
They did.
And they will play the nightcap of tonight's 4 ball games, the 8 p.m. contest.
Deirdre Miller up off the glass and good. Her first points of the second half.
And then you've also got Umpqua, the Riverhawks.
You bet.
They brought the men's team also. That's the game right after this one. Tom Lafferty and Bryce Levine with the call.
After the steal, Mandy Hayes pushes ahead. Can't get the layup to go, but Lancaster takes down the offensive board. Chow swings it around to Hayes on the far side wing. Now Lancaster looking for space on the bounce, gives it back for Hayes. She'll try the 3. No good off the left side iron. And Walla Walla will push back into the front court. Knocked away. Pushing ahead is Lancaster with the ball. To the rack, and she lays it in. Michaela Lancaster has 5 points and a timeout called by Walla Walla.
And that's exactly what your whole entire game plan was coming into this game for the Cardinals, is be disruptive, get some steals in the half court. If you can do it in the full court, that's great. That's just bonus, but we don't want to tire out the team. But it hasn't come up until just that basket right there. You got to keep hope, realize that you still got about 11 minutes and change to work with, and just take them one at a time. Get a bucket.
Skagit Valley is a team that's capable of scoring in bunches. We saw that for brief stretches in the first half. I've certainly seen them as I've worked their basketball games over the years, and you can't count them out. But, boy, it's a long road to climb with 104 rather, here in period number 3. We'll take a moment to remind you that if you're looking for a challenge, you can push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields, and you could even earn your money for college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or visit GoArmy.com. And another steal, this one by Lancaster, and she'll pull it out to the three-point line. Chow's going to try the 3 from the wing on the near side. No good. Rebound picked up by Yost. A little bit of fire in the Skagit Valley side now. Another 3's no good, however. And the rebound controlled by McEwen. Taking it ahead, Sierra Jo McEwen gives it for Skidmore in the front court. Double teamed there. Out of bounds. It belongs to Walla Walla.
And I like what I see out of Skagit Valley now on defense. They are going to be unrelenting. You know you've got bodies behind me, a very deep bench to be able to come in and report if you have to draw some wind. And you're going to give it everything you can. If you've got to do it now, you've got to make a statement to try to get back into this game before the fourth quarter starts.
Skagit Valley goes with the bigs. Jones Smith and Ludwig check back in. Chow and Hayes sit down. Underneath it goes, and they threw it away. Unable to get a handle on that was Cheyenne James, and another turnover for Walla Walla. 27.1 on the quarter, and it belongs to the Skagit Valley Cardinals on the backcourt sideline.
Stay with your hockey reference. The stick save is just off the mark.
You bet.
By Skidmore in the corner.
Pushing it ahead, Lancaster with the ball. Jones Smith will dive into the lane. And a whistle. Held ball is the call. She tried to go up with it. Was forced back to the floor, and the possession arrow favors Walla Walla.
Jones Smith was so effective in that first quarter when the Skagit Valley was able to get into a half-court offense and then make her the highlight, the spotlight, and get her the ball down low, and they have not gone back to that. They may need to.
Green with the basketball, 6 to go in the period, and a steal. Ludwig with the basketball, pushing it ahead, 1 second, puts it up from 15 feet and nails it. Jessica Ludwig. It was not a great quarter for the Skagit Valley Cardinals, but that's a good end, and they've cut the lead back down to 20. And so at the end of 3 quarters, it's Walla Walla 57, Skagit Valley 37. We'll be back. This is the 2017 NWAC Championship Tournament on the NWAC Sports Network and STSPN.com.
You know you need a getaway when your laundry pile is bigger than the last mountain you biked. It's time. Go Oak Ridge, the mountain bike capital of the Northwest, where you'll find miles of single track without lots of people. After your downhill ride, swap stories and battle scars over a pint. Then stay and play another day. To plan your getaway, go to EugeneCascadesCoast.org/go. It's time. Go Oak Ridge.
The Guard has over 50,000 wheeled vehicles in action. The vast fleet of Humvees, troop transports, and fuel tank trucks are always moving soldiers, gear, and equipment around the world, or delivering aid to civilians during domestic emergencies. Transport operators are essential in getting the Guard to where it needs to be.
Welcome back to the Walt Price Fitness Center at Everett Community College. It's going to be a long and tough road for the Skagit Valley Cardinal, but they start with the basketball. And on the wing on the near side is Deirdre Miller. Ludwig dribbling into the block. Yost turns around, can't get it to go. Smith-Jones with the rebound off the rim, can't get it, gets her own again. Third try, and she's fouled. 3 misses, but Skagit Valley a chance from the free throw line now.
We talked about it right before the break, getting Joan Smith more involved in this offense, and you can see the power that she brings down to the low block. That time not necessarily the point of the play that was drawn up, but you can tell where she can be very effective down low if you can get her the ball.
Adriana Perales makes her first appearance out of Hayburn, Idaho, Minico High School. Adia Jones-Smith, one more from the free throw line now. Make sure and check out the NWAC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news, and visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedule, scores, stats, and more. And of course, these broadcasts, which we're glad you're joining us for. Just into the fourth period here of semifinal number 2. Jones-Smith's second free throw was good. She's got 7 points now. And the lead is 19. Top of the circle, Hutchison dribbles to her left. Finds McEwen in the corner, 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer rims out, but Jade Skidmore with an offensive rebound, and the more of those they get, the fewer opportunities for Skagit Valley to cut into this lead.
Skagit Valley desperate for a stop, and the last thing you need is an offensive rebound. You've got to be focused, block out, and get the ball.
18 to 20 possessions you got to figure remaining in this game, and when you give one away, it just hurts. And now a foul, and that's going to be the 4th on Adia Jones-Smith, and that's the last thing that Skagit Valley needed.
Yeah, especially the workhorse down low. And you can't falter for the effort. You got a double team, you got a trap. The ball is dead in the corner, or not the corner, but trapped out on that right-hand lane.
It certainly hasn't been a lack of effort at fault for the Skagit Valley Cardinals here. As a drive into the lane from Hutchison, she threw it away but ended up getting it back, bounced off a couple of legs.
I don't know how she got that back.
Top of the circle for Renz, and a whistle and a travel. Kate Ferenz turns it over.
So now if you're Skagit Valley, you got the stop you needed. You worked hard for that one. It probably took longer than you needed it to. Don't be so rushed in the half court on the other end. It results in panic. Draw up the play. Get the great shot that you need, a nice high percentage shot.
The only thing they can do is use the possessions they have and not turn it over. They almost did, and now a 3-point attempt from Ludwig is good. Jessica Ludwig, and you got to feel like that's a big shot for Skagit Valley.
Absolutely a big shot. At this point in time, your possessions are waning, and you've got to make the best you can. And it's only a bonus if it comes from beyond the arc. But you got the stop, you made the shot, and here you are with a chance to get back into it.
Michaela Lancaster knocked that one away, forced the tie up. 27 on the shot clock, and a new opportunity throw in for Walla Walla. Possession arrow switches now to Skagit Valley. Walla Walla has to get it into the front court, and they do. And a whistle and a travel. Cheyenne James, that's the second time she's taken too many steps.
Wow, and that's a really tough decision for Joan Smith, that she was rushing pretty much into oncoming traffic. And had that been a split second late, she'd have picked up her 5th foul.
Lancaster with the basketball for Skagit, gives it for Deirdre Miller. They trail by 16, 8 minutes to play, and a turnover taken away by McEwen. Sarah Jo McEwen lifts and steps to the bucket, can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound for Hutchison, and they're going to burn a little clock. Skidmore brings it back up to the top, guarded there by Miller. Of course, no dribbling closely guarded count in the women's game. She can dribble back and forth as long as she likes. Now she picks it up. Ferenz gives for Hutchison. 9 to shoot. McEwen tries the 3. No good off the rim. Rebound bounced up into the air and taken down by Hutchison. That's the third one of those.
Active board crashing by Walla Walla. Not the big players. They're diminutive in some ways, but they're right around the rim and they attack with their off ball.
Underneath Hutchison, she tries to lay it up and she's fouled. So Courtney Hutchison will go to the free throw line looking for her first points of the basketball game. Deidre Miller commits her second personal foul. It's also the second on Skagit Valley in the period. And Courtney Hutchison will go to the free throw line, 59% from there for the regular season. First one bounces up and off, no good. And line change for the Cardinals. Back in come a lot of the starters. They've mixed it up a little bit here. But we'll take a chance to remind you that Olympic College is the place to pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletic teams and numerous athletic programs, there's something for everybody at Olympic College. Learn more at olympiccollege.info/athletics. Second free throw is good.
And 9 players who have minutes for the Walla Walla Warriors have scored.
That's the kind of effort you've gotten. Hutchison has her first point, and just a well-rounded effort from Walla Walla, and a three-pointer at the other end. Emily Pillman is good from 3, the Mukilteo native, Kamiak High School, and a turnover potentially. Can they keep it? They can, but only 2 to get it into the front court. What have we? 10 seconds. 10-second violation as that knockaway by Skagit forced Walla Walla to go chase it down. The rule is you got to get it across the line before it hits 20. So a violation on Walla Walla.
So a 14-point lead. What was it, 23 at its largest point?
It was
7 minutes to play?
I think it may have been 25. So 6 minutes and 48 seconds for Skagit Valley to keep cutting into this. Free throw line jumper from Hayes is good.
And now everything starts to fall. You get that first bucket and a couple of stops, and things just start going right.
Out of bounds, who's it for? Walla Walla basketball in the backcourt with 23 on the timer.
And Jade Skidmore is coming up with her head and her hands there on the floor in front of you.
Body contact there, of course. Incidental contact as 2 players chase after the ball from an equal position. As Coach Bobby Hazeltine will be waved onto the floor to attend to Deidre Miller. We wish her the best, of course. Hopefully we'll see her return here. 6:35 to go.
And an impromptu timeout. As Skidmore looks like she's checking that left knee. And the way they were rolling around, I think Skidmore got that left leg tucked behind the Skagit Valley player, and I didn't recall who she was tied up with.
I mean, it's a collision sport. It's a lot of people moving and not a lot of space, particularly when you're up against the division line there. You're trying not to violate, go into the backcourt, and
that's
in
the
this
tallest wall that's so small on this court is that midline.
In this game, those kind of things happen, and I'll tell you, as an official, when you're pretty sure you don't have anything illegal, but someone's hurt and people are upset, that's one of the worst feelings. Ugh. Well, we wish the very best for Deidre Miller. We hope to see her back in the game. Now, her high school teammate, Katie Pyland, comes into the game to replace her. And she throws it inbounds for
Skidmore
Emily
was
Yost.
out.
And the jumper is no good for McEwen. And ahead comes Skagit Valley. Chow. Corner 3, no good. It was put up by Hayes.
Hayes has hit them. She can hit those.
And it's loose in the backcourt. Picked up by Chow. Held ball called. And it favors Skagit Valley.
So now it gets to that weird point of the game where Skagit Valley, all their hustle, all that hard work at diving and making the extra effort is suddenly paying off because you've hit a couple of buckets. How much easier it is to expend some energy when you're able to score the basketball.
Sure, when you feel like it might be actually worth something. Pillman for 3. And look at that. It is a single-digit basketball game. 58-49. Out of bounds, and it belongs to the Cardinals.
Holy smoke.
You know, you were saying to me at the break that you thought you might have gotten the better game. I don't know, man. Here come the Cardinals. Front court throw in for Skagit Valley. They've cut the lead to 9 with just under 6 minutes to play.
3 possessions when you were down 25.
And Pillman turns it over. She was trying to get it in, and up ahead they push it. This is McEwen to the rack and lays it up. That's a big calming basket for Walla Walla, but Skagit Valley's not going to let it slow down. Pushing ahead is Maddie Bryan.
Just don't panic if you're Skagit Valley.
They just need to play. Ludwig is going to drive into the lane, puts it off the window, no good. Rebound is controlled by Hutchison.
Tough bucket. You need high percentage shots and not runners from 20 feet.
McEwen gives into the corner for Green for a 3, no good, but McEwen pulls down the rebound. A little quick on the shot maybe, but a new timer now. And they will slow it down. Hutchison, watched by Bryan, dribbles back to her right. Skagit Valley harassing defense now, but it's McEwen for 3 from the corner. Rattles out off the glass, no good, but a rebound taken down by Ferenz and a foul. It will be against Skagit Valley, and we have a timeout on the floor. So with 4:58 left in the game, it is Walla Walla 60 and Skagit Valley 49. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. It's the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
Aviation warrant officers deal in high-pressure situations, life-saving disaster rescues, delivering soldiers and payloads to critical areas, and engaging enemy targets. Supported by an aviation mechanic team on the ground, guard pilots control the sky.
Welcome back to Everett Community College. Nathan Murphy and Keith Neely. And it's EVCC trivia time. Why do some of the region's best athletes to choose Everett Community College every year? Look at this facility. They get to use this gym. Register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. Skagit Valley trailed by 23 in the third quarter. They've got it down. It's 11 now. It was 9 a minute ago, and they've got a rebound. Adia Jones-Smith pulls it down, and ahead come the Cardinals. Lancaster controls. Gives it out for Pillman. She hit a 3 a couple moments ago. Now it's Jones-Smith between the circles.
Possessions are a premium. Get a high percentage shot.
Lancaster inside for Jones-Smith. Pivots in the lane. Scoops and scores. Adia Jones-Smith has 9, and it's a 9-point game.
And that's one right there. High percentage, 49% from the field in the regular season is Jones-Smith. You get her the ball on the block, she's got a better, almost better than enough chance to get it in. 50%.
Courtney Hutchison on the dribble, gives it for McEwen. Now in the corner on the near side, Green's 3 rims out, no good, rebounded by Miller. Skagit Valley trail by 9, looking to cut into that lazy pass. Hanging onto it barely was Adia Jones-Smith, and now a 3-point attempt from Lancaster is good. Michaela Lancaster has 8, and the deficit is only 6.
Get out, here he come. Cardinals on the move. It
rolls out of bounds, and it belongs to Skagit Valley, and you can feel this building getting into it. Of course, Skagit Valley only about an hour from Everett Community College. They've showed up well. The stands behind Steve Efferson's bench full of supporters in red and black, and they have cut it to a 6-point game after trailing by 23 in the third quarter.
Walla Walla has played so consistently, they just aren't hitting shots right now, but their play has been very consistent from the opening tip. Skagit Valley, it's been a roller coaster, and right now they're on the downhill fly.
Lancaster on the far wing, gives it for Pillman. Long 3, Emily Pillman rims out.
That wouldn't have been fair.
And she gets her own rebound after it was tipped to her up by Jones-Smith, so Lancaster, she'll try the 3. Oh, that almost went down. Rebound is contested. Picked up and put in by Emily Yost.
Huge bucket.
60-56 is the score. 3.5 to go. Now it's Walla Walla who look like they're pressing. Skidmore Gets it into the front court to Hancock, and she lost it. It's picked up by Yost, who just scored, and brought into the front court by Joan Smith. It's a 4-point basketball game. Joan Smith spins into the lane, and she's fouled. She's going to go to the line. The foul's going to go on Hutchison. It's her first. Second on the team.
That's tough. You play it right. If you're Walla Walla, you bring the extra body and you force the double team. Joan Smith able to split it and got the beneficiary of a call there.
Got to hit those free throws, though. She missed the first one. Adia Joan Smith, a 65% free throw shooter. Back in comes Hayes, replacing Miller.
I've got her 3 for 5 on the night.
Right about that 60% mark. There you go. Big one here. They trail by 4. Free throw rims out. She missed them both. It's still a 4-point advantage for Walla Walla. Skidmore with the ball. Has to pick up her dribble. Gets it into the front court for James. And she throws it away. And that is Cheyenne James's 4th turnover of the second half. And another chance to cut it to a 1-possession game for Skagit Valley.
Walla Walla afraid to put it on the deck. You would think at some point in time they're going to find it into a sure-handed guard and just dribble up the court after they get to break the first part of this press, but they haven't yet.
Lancaster gives to Hayes. Her three-pointer is no good. It's out of bounds. Last touched
by McEwen.
It was McEwen, and it's out of bounds to Skagit Valley with a new shot clock. 2:50 left in the fourth quarter.
And we talked about body language just a moment ago. How much has that changed? Look at the ladies in the white jerseys when they walk back up this court.
Joan Smith forces her way into the lane and scores. She's got 11, and it is a 2-point basketball game. Just over 2.5 left. Dribbling it is Skidmore, just like you talked about. Then she picks it up, throws it away, and gets lucky as Hutchison finds it, and she'll circle it out.
3-on-1 break, and you pull it back out. I'm not so sure that was the right choice.
I don't think she saw what she had. Kate Ferenz with the ball. Skidmore now. Skagit Valley supporters on their feet and a foul, and that's the 4th on the team or the 5th?
I think that's 5th on Joan Smith.
It is, and that's huge. That's the 5th foul on Adia Joan Smith, and how big has she been in the last few minutes?
Monumental. I mean, she's got them right where they have them right now with the 2-point deficit. And she goes out. That's a concern.
Replaced by Pillman. By Jessica Ludwig. 4th team foul, so last one to give for Skagit Valley. Next one will be free throws for the Warriors. Ferenz with the basketball. It's a 2-point game. Jade Skidmore.
Game.
Watched by Brian. You could not ask for better. It's the Final Four, folks. And here we are underneath.
Outstanding pass on the backside.
Cheyenne James with a perfect pass from Jade Skidmore, and it's back out to 4. We're under 2 minutes to play. 3-pointer from Lancaster is good. Michaela Lancaster, and we haven't had a 1-point game since the second quarter. On the dribble, Skidmore. Gives it to McEwen and a whistle. Offensive foul. Sierra Jo McEwen ran over her man, and it's another turnover for the Walla Walla Warriors, and Bobby Hazeltine can just not believe it.
I'm not so sure I believe it either. McEwen running down that right-hand lane, and I know there was a lot of contact, but I didn't see it the same way.
Tough call either way. It goes in the favor of Skagit Valley, and they have a chance to take the lead here. 19-foot jump shot from Bryan rims out. Not a great shot. She almost got it to fall. We're under 1.5 minutes to play now in regulation. Skidmore again picks up her dribble in the backcourt, and a whistle. Timeout is called by Walla Walla. And I think that's their last one.
It is.
Oh, no. They were showing 2 for him now. So they're going to call a 30-second timeout. They have a full left. And it will be a throw-in for them in the backcourt. Are we going to go, Todd? We're going to keep it here with 1:23 left in the game. And Keith Neely, it was a 23-point contest in the second half, in the third quarter.
Well, yes, it was. And you just have to know that the game plan that you have, your light your hire on fire, run the court as hard and as fast as you can style that the Cardinals play will pay benefits once you start hitting some shots, and you can't panic.
So, Keith, you're Bobby Hazeltine in this Walla Walla huddle. What are you saying to your players up by 1?
I think you've got to win this in the backcourt. You've got to win it with guards dribbling the basketball, not picking the ball up against this full court pressure prematurely, and just having sure hands. You cannot get rid of the basketball before you have a teammate open. You can't panic.
22 to shoot. They have until 12 to get it over because of the timeout. Picking up again the dribble. Skidmore, and she throws it away out of bounds. Skagit Valley ball.
Skidmore is unsure of her dribble. She is so capable of going both left-hand and right-handed, and for some reason she's stymied right now under the full court pressure.
And the Skagit Valley Cardinals have just exploited that in the last few possessions, and a second opportunity for them to take the lead. 1:10 to go in regulation. Brianna Chow, top of the circle, Lancaster. Dribbling to her right, now she gives it for Ludwig. Jessica Ludwig at the elbow, picks up her dribble. Lancaster, 13 to shoot. Brianna Chow in the corner now. Maddie Bryan dribbles into the lane, scoops, scores!
Holy smoke!
Maddie Bryan gives the Skagit Valley Cardinals their first lead in the second half, and a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Chow, and that is going to send McEwen to the free throw line.
Great job of realizing the shot clock was winding down, but I bet in a horse game she couldn't hit that one again.
The foul is, I correct myself, on Maddie Bryan. That's her second, but it will be free throws for Walla Walla. Sierra Jo McEwen, an 81% free throw shooter.
9th in the NWAC this season from the stripe. That's who you want there.
First free throw is good, and we are tied. And I can't believe I just said
tied.
that. 63 apiece. Skagit Valley had 26 points at halftime.
What a ball game.
This has been fantastic.
They didn't hit their first field goal of the second half until 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and here we are tied.
McEwen, after being so quiet in that first half, leads everybody with 15. Now at the other end, Skagit Valley trail by 1. Lancaster dribbles across the free throw line, now ends up with it in the corner. Chow between the circles, looking for an opening. 10 to shoot. They try to go inside, and a whistle. That foul's going to go on James. It's her second.
Only the 4th team foul, so it'll be on the baseline. You're not matching wits from the free throw line quite yet, but every shot or every foul hereafter will be exactly that.
And now we have a timeout called by Steve Epperson. He'll use his last 30. Both teams have a full left. Are we going to go on the 32nd, Todd? We'll take a break. We'll be back. 27.3 seconds left in a 1-point basketball game at Everett Community College on NWACsports.org and STSPN.com.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to Everett. Walla Walla 64, Skagit Valley 63, and it will be Cardinal basketball underneath their own bucket. Trailing by 1, the shot clock is off, 27.3 to go. Throw in comes up top to Lancaster. She's watched there by Hutchison. Lancaster got it back. Thinks about a drive, now it's Bryan. Three-pointer on the way, rims out short. Rebound taken down by Ferenz, and they have to foul. Shot clock is off, they need to foul, and it comes into the front court for McEwen. All alone, she lays it up and in, 10 seconds to go. Timeout Skagit Valley.
Skagit Valley making it interesting, 26-9 in the fourth quarter, but they have enough.
It's going to be Skagit Valley's ball in the front court after the timeout. It's a full timeout, and we're going to take a break. 66-63, Walla Walla leads it. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Championships on STSPN.com and the NWAC Sports Network.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring. But we do know who will solve them.
Welcome back to Everett Community College in the Walt Price Fitness Center, and what a fantastic fourth quarter we've had here as Skagit Valley have come back from 20-plus down, and now they have a chance to tie 9.4, and they trail by 3. It comes into Bryan. Maddie Bryan gets it out. Three-point attempt from Pillman is on the way. It misses everything. Rebound Walla Walla, and that's probably going to do it, as they had the chance, and Emily Pillman could not hit the three. And what a fantastic effort. Skagit Valley came all the way back. Twice they had the lead, but now it's going to take a near miracle as they're out of timeouts, down by 3, and surrendering free throws to the Walla Walla Warriors.
Starting this quarter, had you told me that you would have allowed a timeout for Skagit Valley to draw up a 3-play to tie, I'd have thought you were nuts.
Courtney Hutchison will shoot the free throws. The foul was on Lancaster, and the first free throw's good, and that makes it a 2-possession game. What a huge free throw. And now Bobby Hazeltine pulls her players out of the free throw lane there. Skagit Valley out of timeouts. They'll have to go. They trail by 4. And the rebound's taken down by Pillman. One more attempt, and it's short. And the Walla Walla Warriors are going to the NWAC championship game.
Anytime you get a ball game where both fan bases are able to go home hoarse, you know you've seen a dandy.
What a fantastic game,
You're not a
especially
kidding.
in this fourth quarter. Boy, it was sure a lot of fun to share that with you, Keith.
And a hat tip to Skagit Valley. Had they just come out in the third quarter a little differently, they would find themselves facing Spokane in the championship game tomorrow.
So it's an all NWAC East affair tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. for the women's title. It will be the Spokane Sasquatch and the Walla Walla Warriors looking for the championship. For Walla Walla, it would be the first since 2010. For Spokane, since 1985 that they won the Northwest
the 90s.
Athletic Conference.
And they have an outstanding chance. Having watched Spokane play and the way these two teams play, Walla Walla is just so consistent. And I think that's at the end of the day what puts them in the championship and the title game is the fact that they were able to come out, stick to a game plan, not get too unnerved. They did get unnerved, but not so unnerved that they couldn't hit free throws down the stretch, hit big shots down the stretch, and just be a consistent ball club through 4 quarters.
We will take a quick break and come back to wrap this one up. You're watching the 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSBN.com and NWACsports.org.
To Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that would try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I lead to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath.
Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
Welcome back to Everett Community College in the Walt Price Fitness Center. Nice aerial view of the facility there as we come back to wrap up a 67-63 victory in semifinal number 2 for the Walla Walla Community College Warriors. And boy, it looked shaky for a couple of minutes there. They had a 23-point lead in the third period, and in the second period rather. No, it wasn't the third where they ran out to that lead, and they came back and trailed briefly before taking a decisive lead in the end and hanging on. And you look at one of the key stats here, Keith, the fourth quarter scoring.
26-10. And it wasn't that they had a great field goal percentage, but they just had enough possessions and were so incredibly focused on stopping in that full court press, where they were just lighting their hair on fire and firing girls all over the court, that Skagit Valley was able to work themselves right back into this one. Frankly, Walla Walla able to just escape. I mean, they escaped. They were able to hang on, hit enough free throws when they needed to, and escape to get into the final.
It's madness and it's March.
Craziness.
We are very glad that you were able to join us for that one. We'll take a quick look at the scoring. Sierra Jo McEwen led everybody with 17 points, chipped in 3 rebounds and a pair of assists. Her teammate Markel Green for Walla Walla had 12 and 5. For the Skagit Valley Cardinals, not a large number of points for any one person, but a number of people in double figures. Michaela Lancaster, Deidre Miller, Emily Yost, and Adia Jones-Smith all had either 10 or 11 points. So we're going to wrap this one up. Coming up in about 20 minutes, the first of the men's semifinals. Tacoma and Umpqua will lead you off at 6 p.m. The late game between Walla Walla and Lower Columbia. Tom Lafferty and UPS graduate, former player, and Everett Community College coach Bryce Levine will be here for that one. They'll bring you the call. For us, for Keith Neely, for the Elvigs and the STSPN.com crew, I'm Nathan Murphy saying good afternoon, everybody, from Everett. Once more, your final score, the Walla Walla Warriors 67 and the Skagit Valley Cardinals 63.